Don't you fucking dare give up. Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro. 3 magical virtues that I think make human beings better humans. The first one is it's your boy, Super Duah Mutef, in the building for another Bloodman episode of Close to the Bone. As you might have noticed, I'm on my own today. I'm by myself, so I thought I would just talk about a couple of things today that mean something to me. A couple of important factors that I think all human beings should have. Because you guys might have seen me going back and forth with Octavio. You might have seen the episode of me and Razor and Sean Powers. And yeah, you might have seen those. Well done. Good on you if you've seen those. But I want to really talk about something today because in business, there's no partners. This is one thing, you know what? I got this fucked up. I thought that partners actually existed in business, but that is a fantasy, people. You know what exists in business? Business. That's what exists in business. I'm only going to do this for an hour. I've got a completely new look to my show. I came in the studio today just to do an hour's talking, just to let my fans know that the show's not over until I fucking say so. Yeah? Put that on the wings of my eye. The show's not over till I fucking say so. So today, I'm going to talk about this. 3 things. 3 magical virtues that I think make human beings better humans. The first one is honesty. Let me tell you something, people. I used to do a lot of lying back in the day. Between the ages of about 10 years old and about 20 years old, maybe even 30 years old, I did a lot of lying to females. I did a lot of lying to myself. I lied to my family. I've just had someone pass away this morning, R.I.P. Auntie Christine, who meant so much. And I'm going to celebrate her life by the things I'm going to say. People, you see, if someone lies to you deliberately, if they deliberately go out their way to deliberately lie to you, I'm at that age now where I can honestly say, cut them off. And if you're not going to cut them off, keep them as a friend, but keep them at a certain distance. Because we're in an age of Aquarius now. We're in that age of awakening. And in the age of Aquarius, there's no time for dishonest spirits. That saying, keep squares at your circle. There is divinity in the severical. My circle is about that big. Pause. So, and let me say this, and I heard Professor Carbar say this yesterday. Carbar Hathaway. I forgot his fucking pronunciations of these names. But I call him Dr. Carbar, Kaba. Go and look him up on YouTube. And I watched one of his videos yesterday on Instagram where he's saying, why do we waste so much of our time in our lives not forgiving others' transgressions? Why do we waste so much time with sore feelings or hating somebody so much that we don't realize that it's stopping us from becoming the best thing we could actually be? Why would you waste your time hating somebody? That it takes so much energy to think. You know? Like today's Friday, when I leave here, I go home, you know what I mean? I see my children, I smoke, and I just don't think anymore. There's a certain point in the day where I think everybody deserves to unplug from the matrix. But let me talk about things like ethics, pride, decency. I had someone sting me, literally stab me in my ribs in the last couple of weeks. Where it's like, when you look as good as I do, when you sound intelligent, and it actually is intelligence, when your research and when your game is so strong, the weak ones will hate you. The weak ones will try to defend racism. Because I had a man on this very same podcast try to actually defend racism and slavery against Africans. He's actually tried to defend it. And, you know, I've had things happen in the last few weeks that show me now, I'm now going to become more powerful by myself. I'm now going to become more powerful by myself. I can only be Duah Mutef by myself. I realized that from ages ago, but it's like them little leaves that float on the water or stones that sit in the water firm. Sometimes you have to step on one that you don't even want to step on just to get you to the other stage. You understand? I can honestly say, people, I've never in all my days carried so much hate for somebody that in my heart, I mean, inside my being, carried so much hate to the point where I'm trimming I'm trying to stop their word from being out there. I'm trying to stop their truth. I'm trying to dim their light. What does that make me? How do I go home and look myself in the mirror as a man and feel like a real man after I've done someone that? So you people out there who have stung me, you people out there who feel good about tearing others down, there's no pride in being a bully. There's no pride in taking something from somebody and leaving them helpless and destroyed and shut down without any word. I've had people shut me off. I've had people that I love for no reason at all. Or maybe there might have been a situation where I might have acted a certain way that was maybe not to their liking. But they caused the situation. It's all about reflection. Can you honestly say you're a good person? Can you honestly say you've not told a single lie today? Can you honestly say that you don't lie to your partner? Can you honestly say you don't fake orgasms? Can you honestly say you're not a racist? Self-analysis is the most important. And again, I say, with things like pride, my pride won't allow me to disrespect somebody to that level. To have inside me bad intentions for that person, knowing that they're good. That makes you fuckeries. To the men out there who disrespect women that they're with in such a way that the woman don't even feel secure with you, you should feel ashamed of yourself. To those people out there who are defending racism, knowing it's racism, you should feel ashamed of yourself. But my main focus and target is on the females and males out there who deliberately go out their way to hurt people with their actions. Let me tell you something. If somebody is in love with you, don't disrespect and hurt them. Find out things about them that make them stronger and more powerful. You understand? I'm coming from a place in my life where I wasn't always this strong and powerful. I didn't always have this confidence. I didn't always have an income. I didn't always have stability. Now I have stability. Now I feel better about myself, so therefore I'm going to make myself better. Therefore I'll probably work out more. Therefore my body will change. Therefore my mind will change. Therefore my mind will change. I said that twice, but I'm talking about both sides. You understand? I'm talking about your human physical brain, and I'm talking about your ecto brain. You are not your avatar. Shouts out to the Arm and Ra squad. Shouts out to man like Young Pharaoh. Shouts out to Brother Polite. Shouts out to Sarah Sultan Seti. Shouts out to Sarnata TV. Sarnata, I love you, brother. You lot woke me up. Because, and let me just talk about this. Sometimes we get comfortable with mistreatment. Sometimes we get comfortable with abuse. If we're not getting phone calls back from people that we've just met, they're airing you, your phone's never ringing, you've never got a voice note, you've never got a text. They're not interested. You know, if you want to take a shit, if you want to take a dump and you're dying to go, I know this is a grimy example, but if you're dying to take a shit, for example, nothing can take your mind off of that. You see what I'm saying? You're going to do that. So if you want to love somebody and be there for them, nothing takes your mind off of that. So if they're not there for you, they don't want to be there for you. If they're not calling you, texting you, voice noting you, even attempting to make contact, they don't really give a fuck about you. And you may only have something about you that they want. It may be that they like your sex. They might just like your affection, your touches, your rubbing. They might just like your conversation, but they're not really fucking with you. You get it? So people, I've just come on here for an hour today just to lift people's spirits and just to show people I come from nothing at all. At all. And I now have my own podcast show. I come from nothing at all, but yet I have stability now. I struggled for years. And let me just say this to the people, the guys out there that are struggling, because for a man to struggle, it just weakens him down to nothing. Let me put my keys up here. For a man to struggle, it weakens him down to nothing, people. For a man to not have a job or money to give his girl every week or every month, it feels like shit. It feels like less than a man. And ladies, if you like slag him off for that or cuss him down or whatever, make him feel bad because he's not working, or even if you're not cussing him for it, but you might even make a comment. Well, at least I can live with money. That little comment tears that man's life apart for the rest of his life. Because you've now shown him that not only is he not working or not got no money or whatever, even though you should have your shit together by now, bruh. But just in case you are still going through a little struggle, listen, man. Ladies, don't tear down your man. Ladies, if you have a man, I'm going to say this now. If you have a male that's interested in you and he's pursuing you and you can see that he loves you, be honest with him. Tell him the truth. If you're not interested in him, tell him the truth. Don't try to palm him off, because what goes around comes back around. You don't want to create no bad energy for yourself in this realm. You understand? And this goes for the man them too. Man them, if you can see she's very, very interested in you and she's showing you love, she's sending you texts and voice notes saying she loves you and misses you, but yet you're not getting back to her. You're taking the piss, bro. Let somebody else love that bitch, that lady, that woman, that female. Because sometimes in life, we're just not meant for people. You could be with somebody 20, 30 years and you ain't even meant to be with that person. If someone is in love with you and you're not in love with them, be decent in yourself and push them away and let someone else love them. If you're in love with somebody, ladies, I'll start with the ladies. If you're in love with somebody and you're pursuing this man, because I noticed that a lot of women will pursue a man that don't fuck with them for years. That he's abusive, violent, loud, shouts at her, everything. But he's a kingpin in his area. He's well respected. So maybe she's in love with just that part. So, ladies, if a man is pursuing you and you're not in love with him, let him go. Let someone else love him. And if you can be friends out of it, that's the greatest thing that could happen, is that you end up being friends from being lovers. Yeah? Man them, stop leading these females along. A lot of you niggas have daughters, man, and you need to stop this shit. If you're not interested in a woman, and you can see she's a decent woman, she has morals, she has standards, she's clean, she's spiritual, she likes animals, she has that tender nature, why would you want to take advantage of someone like that? This is my point today. I started this podcast with a business partner. And what happened is, and I'm not here to slag anybody off, but I have to let the viewers know what happened because they're going to be seeing me on my own thinking, what the fuck? Where's Octavio? Me and Octavio are not business partners no more because Octavio is very emotional. And we had a debate the other day and he felt a bit of a way that I used his family as an example, and we're no longer business partners. But do I hate Octavio? No. Is he still my brother? Of course he is. But we just can't fuck with each other. And this is the main message I'm leaving today, right? Because I'm not going to be here for long today. This is a quick show. The main message I'm leaving today is you don't have to be enemies afterwards. You got a lot of people that were married once or just in a normal relationship, not normal, but in a relationship or a situationship, and they're enemies now. Listen, if you're a good person, a decent person, you'll find that as you get older, you don't want to have these things hanging over you. I advise you people, sort out your loose ends, tie up your loose ends. Because in this life, you really can be anything you want to be. But what you got to let go of, you got to let go of ego. Ego is your enemy. Your ego is your enemy. And I'm just gonna say this now for about 10 minutes. People have always run and left me. People have always abandoned me, especially females. I have had. Do you know what it is? I think I was a bad judge of character when I was younger. I'd say up until I was about into my 20s. I was a bad judge of character. When I was, I'll give you this story, yeah? When I was about 15, 16, I was going out with a girl named Alicia. And Alicia was one of the prettiest girls in the area where I'm from, which is Stonebridge and Harsden. What I didn't understand back then is that people knew her before me, like that. And listen, I'm talking to the man them now, yeah? You really got to know yourself out here in these streets. You really must know yourself. Don't let no one take advantage, because a lot of these girls will take advantage of you. And even if you think you're the baddest and the most good looking and whatever you might think, if you leave yourself open, and I'm talking to everybody now, I'm talking to male and female now, don't leave yourself so open anymore. You cannot leave yourself exposed spiritually anymore. We are in the age of Aquarius now. And if you've been working on combining your inner voice with your physical brain, you'll be at a point where your kundalini is starting to flow now. Your kundalini energy is starting to flow up the back of your Jacob's ladder, which is your spine, the 33 ladder spine of the human being. And it's climbing up to the kingdom where it will reside forever and ever. Amen Ra. So what you'll begin to notice is that it really will deeply affect you if you have to lie to somebody, if you have to hide something, if you're starting to feel it in you now. Now you're starting to, whoa, you know what? I better go and change that lie into the truth. You know what? Instead of me leading this person on, let me fuck them off and start again. People, what I'm basically trying to say is this. I've never really looked at myself before as nothing special. I've always looked at myself as somebody who had charm and wit and looks. But that doesn't always get you where you need to be in life. You need to have a certain je ne sais quoi, as they say. Because if you are with the right partner, or if you intend on meeting the right partner, which is what this conversation is about right now, or if you intend on attracting goodness, if you're intent on that, you have to practice the laws of Ma'at. You have to spread your Ma'atian wings into truth and let go of this world, man. And I'm going to say this to close it down because I've got about half an hour or so to go, right? So I want to talk about this for about half an hour. How we feel about ourselves is how we'll let others treat us. Let that sink in for a second. How you feel about yourself is how you're going to let a motherfucker treat you. So if you have no faith in yourself and no belief, the person can see that from miles away about you. And as soon as they meet you, man, that's what they're going to be on with you. Because you sound weak and you look weak. And the things you're talking about, weak people talk about. That's how this world is. Man them, gal them, it's time now to work on ourselves. If you've just started a fitness or health regime, like I have in the last year, lift more, eat more healthier foods, go for more runs. If you've started a diet, like I have, I've started a diet which is basically a raw diet, an ancient African diet called a raw diet, where you just basically, you don't do no eating of much like processed foods. Because believe you me, right, your food can affect who you are. Your food, hey, listen, if you don't believe me, go on Google or go and jump on YouTube and go and listen to Dr. Sapi. That man was a very informational brother. And let me tell you, I stayed abstinent the other day, boy, for a long time. And for example, when your sexual diet, because people just think, oh, diet just means food. No, it don't. That applies to spiritual, sexual, even your music is a form of nutritional diet for your spirit, if you think about it. Because when you play music, for example, I haven't got my speaker. I should have my speaker out of the van. When you play music, it makes you feel a certain way. It takes you somewhere. I was saying this to Octavio the other day on one of our shows. Music takes you somewhere. It takes you to a certain place. Right now, my 8-year-old makes music. My 20-year-old, he's busy at work. He's busy with his missus, and he's busy in life in general. So there's a difference there. But my 8-year-old is very extremely musical, and he likes like deep, bassy soul samples and jazz samples and electric jazz. And like, he basically is exactly what my spirit is today. But when I was doing music, let me tell you something, people, especially for people, if you're out there, if you're struggling artists out there now, you can't rely on nobody. You can't rely on nobody. Luckily, you guys have got all these apps nowadays on your phones and blah, blah, blah. So you ain't really even got to go too far to make good sounding music. And all you got to do after that is just bring it to the studio. But people, remember, they're not going to like you. If your truth is too much for them, they're not going to like you. If your aura and your spirit and your presence, everything about you says truth, and they don't like that because part of their life is a lie. Some of them, they only feel like they're something special if they're driving in a foreign whip. Driving a German whip, a German whip. Hitler was German. I'm just going to leave that there. Some people don't feel right unless they're wearing lots of jewelry. I wear jewelry. I don't wear lots of jewelry. I wear jewelry for the show, or if I'm going out to a family occasion or whatever. But my jewelry, which I'll show you now, that's my Armor Ra. You understand? You feel me? And that's my judo. Because I came straight from work to do the show. Because I'm hungry for it. And I want to keep my fans entertained long enough so that as the show starts to build up, there won't be disappointments. I love you all, people. And I wish that you would all love me the same. I wish that we would all love each other in the same way. I wish that there'd be no racism. I wish there'd be no pedophiles. I wish the world was perfect, but it's not. So we're making a perfect world for ourselves out of what's left of it. So I'm going to say this again in terms of virtues and being a good person inside yourself. Not having to have no one talk it into you. It's just you are. Those things, like, I want to say a big thank you to Steve. Massive, massive thank you to Steve, because if it weren't for, I'm just changing my ring around, sorry guys. If it weren't for Steve, I probably wouldn't be here sitting here today. And the quality of my, the show wouldn't exist no more. I want to say thank you, Steve, because people like you change the world, brother. And you make people like me have confidence. Octavio was here a little while ago, and the way he would have made people think about me, and the things you would have seen me on the show and see me, you might think I'm discriminate or racist, but I'm not. I'm actually the extreme opposite of that. Again, I'll say it again. And this doesn't mean that I'm not racist, but this is a good example of why I'm not a racist. I have several white friends. That don't mean shit. Yeah, I know. I was with a white woman in a relationship for over a decade who had 3 children when I met her. She's not the only white girl I was with. She's not, I have white people in my family. I'm related to white people. So whatever people think about me, they could just think about me. Like I said, if you know me on the roads and we par or whatever, and we have some sort of dealings on the road, you know who I am. I haven't got to go around screaming no homo. I haven't got to go around screaming I'm not this and I'm not that. If you know me, you know me. If you don't know me, watch my shows. Listen to my words. Listen to every word I say. But I do want to kind of pull it toward the end of the show on this. Goodness, being a good person nowadays is so rare. Everybody just wants to take the piss and take advantage of everybody. It's so rare to come across good people. So what I'm saying to you is if you come across someone good, don't take advantage of them. They might not be what you want. They might not be for you. You might be with a partner that might not be for you. You might have a best friend who you don't even like fucking with. You might have work colleagues that you're not comfortable being around. But show yourself to be respectful. As we get older, we want to be known in our communities and by our families and friends as being decent people. It don't matter if you're a gangster. It don't matter if you're a murderer. It kind of matters anything north of that, though. If you're a rapist or a pedophile or anything like that, it's done for you out here. I'm talking about people who are decent people. If you have dealings with somebody, let's go down relationship quickly. I started the show by saying this. If you have a man pursuing you who you know he loves you, and you may or may not have history, you may have just met, but if you know that he's got feelings for you that's stronger than how you feel, just tell him the truth. Listen, bro, it probably won't go nowhere, but can we be good friends? Yes. And I think that's what's meant to come out of that. Guys, man, it's the same for you, man. There's a lot of you waste guys out here that are leading on good girls, man. So by the time she meets someone like my son, she's so damaged from all the fucked up relationships. Like, I've had an ex tell me that her ex was violent to her. In fact, I've had 2 exes tell me this shit. I've had Sherry tell me this shit, and I've had my ex, Lucy, tell me this shit. And I say names because I'm not their enemy. If we see each other on road or whatever or on socials, it's a hi and yeah, we're cool. We're not enemies, but we can't be together. But, and I'll just say this in closing, when I was with Alicia, she was seeing a brer that not only would like beat her up on the phone to me, phone me up, beat her up on the phone to me, and be like, me name da-da-da-da, you know. You get me? What are you, my baby man, I got? This is like, and this scratched up into my relationship with Lucy, where I was still getting phone calls 10 years later from this dude. So, realistically, girls, you need to stop fucking with these emotional guys. Because a man's got money and he busts his gun, it don't mean he's not emotional. Ladies, listen to me. Men grow for 9 months inside your womb. If we are masculine and we like to lift weights and we're strong-bodied or strong up here, it's because of you, girl. It's because of your womb. It's because of your spirit. There's no God down here making humans. Humans are making humans down here, which means human spirits are created inside of the female womb. So, girls, you're going around looking for these bad boys. What is it? What is the attraction? I had a girl tell me that I'm the opposite to what she wants. This is years ago. But she will still fuck with me because there's an adventure about me. I said, what the fuck you mean by that? Well, I've got what I want in my man, but I still feel like flirting with you. Back then, I didn't know fuck all. I was probably 14, 15. The girl was about 18, 19. Had her own place, everything. Her name was Zainab. She lived on Greyhound Road in Hammersmith. And that was the first older girl experience that I had. Let me tell you, oh my God. This was a bad bitch. She was Muslim as well, or practicing to be Muslim. And I just remember going around there, she was dark skinned as well. And not that that makes any difference, but I think, me personally, I think people act like what they look like or what they're named. It might be just me thinking this shit. Most girls named Kerry are usually fucking slack or trouble. They usually got high body counts. I'm not gonna lie to you. Most girls named Lee can fight. You know what call this crazy, but this is how I'm seeing the world, man. Most guys named most men named Muhammad are Muslim. Do you get what I'm saying now, though? You got to connect those dots with me. Most men named Muhammad or Mo are usually Muslim, right? Most girls named Kerry, they usually got high body counts. Most women under 5 foot or 4 foot are attracted to men that are taller than them. Most women that are over 6 foot don't want a man that's 6 foot. They want a man that's slightly shorter than them. Like I said, man, it's crazy. The way I like that. This is why they call me Duah Mutef. This is why they call me crazy, rather, because I kind of have my own view of the world. But this view of the world has got me this far, to the point now where, you know, I've got my new editor guy in, for example. Shout to my guy Young Ness, you know, from Block Money, from my old team, Block Money. Shout to KD, shout to Young Ness, shout to Jelani, the gal them Skillani, shout to King K, my top dog. Yeah, shout to Crash, Shout to the whole team on Northside. Shout to the whole team. Shout to Isaac, all of yous lot. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Extant Crescent, I see you. And I want to say shout to man like Razor. Shout to man like Sean Powers. Shout to Smiley P. Massive. I'm going to have Smiley P in here next week. I don't know if you guys even remember the Starlight Crew back in the day, where we had Kojo the comedian on stage telling jokes. Then it would be like half an hour, like it would be like 2 hours of raving. Then the Starlight Crew would come on, they'd do like 20 minutes of dancing. Then it would go back to out. Yo. I've had some times, man. I've had some times. I've made a lot of good friends from a lot of good people, as well as enemies. I want to say some RIPs now. And I don't want it to be sad, though. This is a good moment. This is a praiseful moment. Shout to Leonard White. R.I.P. to him. R.I.P. to Francis Sherman. My pops. R.I.P. to Aisha. R.I.P. to Shorty from Northside Stonebridge. R.I.P. to Eunice from Northside Stonebridge. R.I.P. to Ice. Iceberg. You get me? R.I.P. to Jermaine. R.I.P. to all the brothers and sisters we've lost. I want to bring it up to modern times and say R.I.P. to Christine and thank you for that time. Let me start that again. R.I.P. to Auntie Christine. And I want to thank you for having me and my mum and my sister in your house that time. When the first time I came down to Bristol Carnival. And you was there. This life ain't forever. Thank you. R.I.P. to Trevor, a.k.a. Stone. Yardie Stone from Stonebridge. These are people that rid for me. I'm still here and I will never give up for you lot. You created who I am now. This life don't last forever, people. And you have to make the most of it. Stop worrying about what people think about you. You don't see their lives when they go home. I know males and females who are earning 70 bands a month. They have fucking Audi wagons and Benz wagons outside their house. They got fucking 2-3 houses, one in Gibraltar, one in Malta, one in fucking... They got holiday homes everywhere. They got fucking black cards in their wallet, credit cards. But they're not happy. When I go home, I'm happy. Even when I have nothing, I'm always happy. You feel me? And this is the way we have to be, people. I'm still strong, but crying makes me stronger. That's what I said to Octavio. It hasn't got to be every day. But when I think about the people I've lost, R.I.P. to Lennox, who I fucking went to school with. Never done no one nothing. Got stabbed in the neck over some drunk argument. I'm waking up to Lennox's fucking picture on the news, bruv. I want to say to everybody that we choose to live how we live. We choose the people that we love and we choose to love. Don't love someone fake. Love them internally and externally. Because the people that read for me, I can't tell them thank you. And I wish I could. I wish I had 5 minutes more just to say how much I love them and give them a hug. But this is the reason why I started this podcast. So that I could be myself and be like this on camera. And still have strength. I ain't a bitch because I feel like this. So my point is proven on that one. R.I.P. to all of those people. And if you can hear me, in whatever realm you are in, save me a spot. And may you fly on the wings of Ra until I come home. Until we all get home. People, don't waste your life worrying about what others think about you. I wasted 25 years. 25 years I've wasted trying to make people think this way of me or that way of me. Fuck people. This message, this hour's video is to the real niggas. This ain't for the fake. Fuck all you fake bitches and fake niggas. Fuck all of you. You lot stay in the back where you belong, man. This is for the upfront niggas. You understand? The Salomu Squavi, yeah? The silverback riders. The orangutans. This is for the herds of real. Don't you ever give up on your dream. Because I gave up on my shit. I put music to the side. Even though I still kind of fuck around with beats and my kids and blah, blah, blah. But I'm too old for it now. But the passion still burns inside me, people. There's always a place for you somewhere in the industry. I writ rhymes for years, hoping that it would get me to that point. And guess what? Toward the midpoint of my life, I end up doing podcasting and being successful, being more successful at that than at my music. Don't get it fucked up though. I still fuck with Block Money. Block Money's still my team. KD's still my people. And video shoots, shows, performances, traveling. I still do all the shit. But I don't have to look for the ego no more. And I think that's what I'll end this one on. People, I have a crying class about to start next month. It will be based in Park Row in London. I'm going to open a shop up. Throw your comments in underneath this video. Message me on YouTube. You can message me, you can inbox me or DM me on my Instagram. You understand? Johnny Quizzle, BNBSMG UK. Johnny spelled JOHNNY. Or should I say Johnny Quick, not Johnny Quizzle. Johnny Quick, BNBSMG UK. Yeah, that's on Instagram. On my Facebook, it is, I've forgotten the name, Johnny something. I don't really fuck with Facebook a lot no more, so ain't really been on there. But thank you for being a loyal audience and loyal fans. The crying classes start next month. And when I say crying classes, what I mean is you bring a crying partner, or I come to visit you at a certain location and you cry as long as you want. You make your donation either online or on the day and you cry as long as you want, and I will hug you and you can cry on me, provided you're ready for that day. And I also have other people working with me, whereas if I can't make it to that crying appointment or that crying group for that day, then you either come into the shop or I'll send someone else to you. This is how we're going to be running it, people. I'm going to be having an opening event for my podcast. The CTTB event is coming up as well. So look out for DJ Scandalous on the night, DJ Scores. We're playing DJ Sean Powers. I'm going to have 3 DJs. It's one price at the door and it's free drink all night. No search, no entry. You know how we do, you know what I mean? In case people want to come in and try to fuck up my thing, I'm not going to be having that. We're going to be playing rare grooves. We're going to be playing electric jazz. And my favorite, apart from the dancehall and bashment and the soul and da-da-da-da and the whatever, and piano. If you don't know about and piano, African music is getting bigger and bigger, my people. Yeah? All I can say is, Kilimanjaro, 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 Bombo. Shout to my Donny, you know. Shout to PC, my Donny, South Africa. Shout to Zimbabwe. Shout to Mwenza Nyanza. Shout to Sierra Leone. I love you, my people. I love you. You are a great people. And you're going to become even more great as the years go on. And let me say this for the last 5 minutes, 6 minutes I've got left, yeah? Don't let this is for the man them first. I'll start with the man them, then I'll go to the girl them. Man them, don't make no girl mash you up. Don't make none of these bitches out here have you thinking insecure and fucked up about yourself. Don't make no gal do you that, because let me tell you something for now, my niggas and my people and man them, yeah? Somebody who tries to make you feel fucked up, they got something fucked up about themselves that they're trying to put on you so their flaw can now be your flaw. My insecurities and flaws are now your insecurities. Because No. As the monkey says from Planet Earth, no. Listen, bitch. Whatever issues you have, keep that to yourself. Ladies, let me say to the ladies now, stop making waste guys treat you like a prick. Let me tell you, there's a waste guy. He ain't never bought you shit. He ain't never took you nowhere. He ain't met your family. He don't come to pick you up in nothing. He don't buy you nothing. He don't hold your face before he kisses you. He don't just randomly come over and just start rubbing your shoulders because he likes your shoulders. He's in love with your shoulders. He don't just randomly come over and just hold your feet and start massaging your feet. That's a waste, man. All he's going to do, ladies, is bring you down and drag you into the dirt. I wouldn't even advise introducing him to your family. If all you two are doing is just fucking and just fuck. Man, them, same for you. Gal, them, same for you. If all you two are doing is linking and having sex, leave it at that. Don't take it no further than that. You know the fucked up thing though? Somebody always catches fucking feelings. Somebody always catches feelings. Because, and I'm answering this while I'm here on live. Yeah, so I'm about to be up out of here, people, so I can go home and smoke my weed and enjoy the rest of my afternoon with my family. But I want to say this to you. This channel will never stop. This is Close to the Bone TV. Next time I come on here, you're going to see the differences for yourself. Because I spent my budget on what I had to spend it on for the show. And people, if you need promotion, DM me. If you need to come on a show to have a cry and talk about your past, DM me. If you have subjects that you believe is worth jumping on a show with, DM me and we get to doing it. Other than that, people, I'm going to say this in ending. Don't ever give up. Don't you fucking dare give up. Because your flaws can become your motherfucking ceilings. Your imperfections, people, can become your most perfect point. You understand? Just like a hedgehog has spikes that obviously permit him from doing certain things in his life and having fun. But if anybody fucks with him, you get what I'm saying? There's a reason for everything. I'll say this. My mum told me this. She says, son, nothing is for nothing. Everything is for something. Pause. Let it sink in, people. Nothing is for nothing. Everything is for something. This has been Close to the Bone TV. I have been the magical, the mysterious, the wondrous, Mr. Sakhemet Q Ra Tep, Septepen Ra, Duah Mutef the First. And this is Close to the Bone TV. And I ain't going no motherfucking where. I'm going to get stronger and stronger, better and better, sexier and sexier, richer and richer, freer and freer. I'm going to receive more and more love, more offers from the BBC and Channel 4 for a morning or evening show. Pause. I ain't signed no contracts yet. I got offers though. I'm talking to people. I love you all, my people. Don't you ever go nowhere, because I ain't. Close to the Bone TV, baby. Duah Mutef, Super Duah to you. AKA Johnny Knows Best. Love, peeps. It was good hearing from you. It was good that you came to watch this video. I'm going to go home now and smoke and chill. Shouts to my new co-host, though. Female co-host at that. Mrs. Cherish Me Always. You lot watch when you see these next shows that's coming up I got lined up here. Shouts to Trixie Lee. Love you, babe. You know who it is. It's Mr. Duah Mutef. It's Close to the Bone TV. And I'm out of it.
My house.